Hi everyone, so today we are going through the Elite platform. This is the system that University of Law uses for all of us, and it's accessible on the website. And I'm just going to be doing a walkthrough for you guys. I'm no expert. I had to kind of relearn how to use Elite because it literally changed halfway through the course, I should say. So we are going to, as you can see, I put Elite here. I cropped these graphics from just like online Google search, and that I just found like a stock, an icon. There's loads of different things you can use, and otherwise they just look like this. So we will click on Elite. And your username is your student number, and you've got your password. It's one that they give to you. And as you can see, it's right here. It says Blackboard Elite. It is far nicer looking, more aesthetic than the old one, which was just not, kind of an eyesore. So they did improve the overall aesthetic, and it's a lot more organized. It is easier to navigate, but sometimes it's difficult to find certain things. So anyway, this is the institution page. As you can see, it has all these coronavirus updates, all these like news updated, events and news and things like that for our students. Introduction to Elite and what's new. So we can start this. Getting started with Blackboard Elite, May 2020, phase 1, Okay, so let's see what this has. Okay, so as I told you, it did change. So here it's like we've moved to a new, completely redesigned version of Elite, a much more modern, user-friendly and mobile-friendly version. We can now offer you a personal activity stream to show your cross-course journey, and we hope that offering you quick access to critical information improves your learning experience with us. I'm new here. I'm not new, but tell me more. Okay, let's go to that. Great to see you again. You will find information in the What's New area. Here you will find details about all the exciting updates we have made over the past few months. Crucially, you should review the section What's New Elite looks different, where can I find, as this will explain where core links and access points can now be found. So, release notes. I mean, Elite is also used to just update all the students on upcoming events, new recordings that are released. We'll get emails and such as well. Let's see, assessments and submission boxes. Assessment results and explanatory notes. Student Hub, I don't ever go on there. Organizations, employability services. I should be going on there more often. Staff access to my content, library services, student support services, study skills, courses. So these are just going through, this is literally helping you as a student navigate through literally what I'm going to be doing with you today. Okay, so we're just going to X out of that, and we're going to go to courses. This is usually the main thing. And I've favorited my current modules. So as you can see, here's the professional practice dissertation. This is just the LPC, like general stage 1. This was my stage 1 modules, where I have moved most of these exams, which were all supposed to be done in August. I've moved them to March. And then these are the stage 1 full-time. So this is the general overview of the whole course thing. But these are not inclusive of the electives for term 2. We are in term 2 right now, so or stage 2. So why is that? Their solicitor account stage 1. Wills, administration of estates. We did part of that for stage 2. Let me just check something out here. Hold on. Okay, so stage 2, international commercial law. That's what I'm doing currently because we are in stage 2. International competition and antitrust practice. International intellectual property practice. Assessment results publication. Reset information. This is the student handbook and course information. We were also given a hard copy of the student handbook. Oh no, sorry, we were given a hard copy of the overall course book. Let me see if I can find it. Is it here? Okay, here's our year planner. I always have access to this. So as you can see, this was when we first started in January in all the stage 1 modules. We've got company, property law and practice, business accounts, civil litigation, insolvency, criminal litigation, more company. And then these E1, E2, these are all our electives. So the 3, and these are solicitors' accounts. We're all the way here right now. So at the end, and then assessments will start at the end of January. Quite daunting and quite terrifying. And then you can see the legend here. So all these face-to-face things never happened. We were supposed to be in London for these. I was in London here for the induction and the enrollment, and we had workshops all that week. And then I flew back to America. Then we were supposed to fly back here and here, but then COVID happened. So everything got pushed to online, and all of our exams got pushed to online as well. And here's the professional practice dissertation. I killed myself trying to get my proposal in before the 30th of October. I handed it in the day of 30th of October, only to find out that a second submission was opened on the next day until the 29th of January. So like, there's 2 deadlines. I'm probably going to do this one, which is due in April, because there's just too much shit going on for me to do this in January. I'd like to just focus on it completely alone in April. And there's assessment information, arrangements to sit examinations outside the UK. I'm not sure if this applies anymore because of COVID, probably not. But originally I was going to have I wanted to go back to London, but originally then I kind of changed my mind. And I'm like, well, I might as well do them in Georgetown, because Georgetown Law School here, very prestigious, and they were the only university in America to hold these exams. And literally it's like 30 minutes from me. So I was really lucky, and I was like, I might as well just keep all my stuff here instead of trying to lug everything there and being nervous and jet lag and all that. I'm trying to look through the book. Let's see, introduction. So the introduction to professional practice, where the subject outline for all the workshops and activities and things were provided in a hard copy. I'm trying to see if I can find it. This activity stream. you'll have online Zoom sessions and things that they will email you about, like we're having an introduction to LexisNexis or whatever, or we're having a talk about this, and they've been having a lot of these kind of sessions, which I haven't gone to any of them since COVID, but the great thing is they're there for you. Teachers and supervisors are all pretty good at communication. Bloomsbury students, see, these are the different campuses, but Bloomsbury is the one that I belong to. Organization, okay. Got a calendar here. I never use this. Like I said, I've moved the rest of my stage 1 exams to March. Okay, let's see. Manual, oh, and you can see I have it in list form. You can do icon form as well. Isn't that pretty and scenic? Let's see. These are consolidation webinars. So webinars are like pre-recorded, so it's great because you can literally watch them over and over and over again in case you missed anything. That's the positive thing about having online courses. Sometimes, you know, when you are in person, you miss half of what the lecture says, or you're just dozing off, and you don't want to be that awkward person to be like, can you please repeat that? I mean, you could, but then sometimes you forget even if you've been paying attention. So this way it's actually great because you can watch it over and over again at your own pace. So this is just an exam prep type of thing. Exam technique. So you see the things are very digestible. I really do like the way they teach at the Uni of Law. I'm very impressed, and I definitely recommend it. It's a lot easier, like, just to get through than the materials they gave us at City. I'm going to go to just one of my electives, and I'll show you what it looks like. So in every module, you'll see this part on the left. The great thing is you can just X out anytime, and it's very easy to see. You click on materials and you get the whole subject outline. So exemplars are basically a model answer, and you'll get them every time you submit. Even if you don't submit after that date, after it's due, they just upload it and you have access to it. So you need to study all the exemplars for your exam because those are like model passing answers. When you hand in something for your submissions, you want to go to task submission, and for Unit 1, you hand in Unit 1, and every module you have for each stage will have the units. So Unit 1, when Unit 1 is due, you have to hand in for all the modules that you're doing. So I'd be handing in Competition Unit 1 and Commercial Unit 1 and IP Unit 1, etc. And they'd be handed in at the same time by 12 noon on the deadline day. And that's 7 a.m. where I am in America. So we'll go to, is this manual LPC online? Fee payment information, blah, blah, blah. So this is a great thing to overlook in case you have any questions. So this is the course information. So it has everything here, what to expect. Really, really organized and broken down. That's what I can say, is that everything the uni gives you is broken down into very concise, straightforward information, like pieces of information. see, these are the 3 subjects that you had to choose for stage 2. I chose this one, and this one, all 3 of these. But look at all the choices that you have, really interesting. Your professional practice dissertation, this is the LLM award, which I'm doing. And then it goes into detail about like all the, it basically breaks down the whole course for you and goes into detail about like, you know, the videos of what they upload and what they expect of you, everything really. See, all the information is here. So, I mean, people can complain or whatever, but City didn't have like this, something so easy to, you know, to get through, to understand, like just a breakdown of the whole thing. This is just really great. You should read all of this before you start. And then it gives you all the names and phone numbers of everyone. So X out of that. Library and IT services guide. That's really good to know for your information, for your research. Online access, campus access, that's a no-no for now. So, and then you get the email in case you have any online or technical difficulties, which I had before, and they're quite quick at getting back to you. Library account. So all these details. How to use the online submission tool on Elite, which I just showed you. Okay, let's go to Media Bank. Let's see. Recordings. See, and you've got the different courses here. Let's go to competition. And then you've got basically like pre-recorded lectures and workshops. So you can read as you listen, which is lovely. So all the information is here. It's literally about you watching it, reading it, absorbing it, and getting through it all. But it's very easy to navigate, as you can see. This might be difficult to find. I've had issues finding like where they post, like when it came to like certain links, when it came to our results. It was a bit confusing at first, but you can find them on the main institution page. That's what I found out. I was looking within the course page, which, you know, you'd think, yeah, it would be in the course page, but sometimes when it comes to other things, you'd have to go to the main institution page. External bodies, look, you've got all these. Look at the SRA. The gods of the solicitors. Welcome to the Solicitors Regulation Authority. All your solicitor-related questions can be answered. And socials at the U of Law. Instagram. Oh my god. I don't follow them. Oh, here we go. Facebook. I think the Facebook page is larger. Here we go, 106,773 people like this, including 21 of your friends, my colleagues. YouTube, oh right, I guess I'll subscribe to them. 7,000, not bad. 7,000, 3,100. Interesting, interesting. Should subscribe. Okay. If you click on your profile, your name is going to be right there. I don't have a picture uploaded. Let's upload a picture, shall we? Not a go-go dance picture. There we go. I have a face. There we go. Nickname. Yeah, I don't really fill out any of this stuff. Research forms and schedules information for University of Law research. Okay, kind of boring stuff. Let's go to the practice dissertation, the professional practice dissertation. The proposal checklist was interesting. So it just goes in what's required of your proposal. Literally, it can't be, your area can't be too wide and it can't be too narrow. It has to be a current area of law. It has to be something ongoing, something breathing, not something that's already done. It's nice. Current issue or development. So it's interesting when you're dealing with things that are still happening. So quite interesting. Fee payment information. Shows you how to get to pay fees, you know. Law is very expensive. It's not a course that you're going to save any money on, that's for sure. Just drains you and bleeds you dry, really. So one of my favorite subjects is international commercial law. You get the subject outline. Interesting stuff. Which is great. What I really liked about the dissertation too is that they gave us this guide which broke down all the areas of the dissertation topics and really set it out for us, and it really helped me choose what I wanted to do. And you've got a reading list for every module. See Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, everything. Resource pack. So you get this for every module. Okay, I can't show you this stuff. Specimen exam. Trying to get you into the habit of writing the exams. You get multiple choice questions. University of Law is open book, but don't let that deceive you. Open book is often more difficult because you are expected to reach a higher standard because you have all the materials. There's no point even having anything when you don't know what you're doing. It's not going to help you having all the books and having all the papers in front of you when you don't really know what you're doing, because being a solicitor is having the skills to have a whole bunch of stacks and stacks of information in front of you and quickly and efficiently gather the small percentage out of all of that of what you need to create a comprehensible and well-written document. So then these are the answers for that. specimen exam. Each course, each module has a guide and a task. So the guide gives you a context, outcomes, task, preparation, really breaks it down for you, summarizes it for you, and then the task is further elaboration of the guide, and then also the actual question and, you know, the fake email that you get from your supervisor often, see what I mean, then what they want you to do and what the client wants and all the details. So that's exactly how it will be for each submission. So see, these units are all the submissions. So unit 1, then you'll have like a week and a half later, unit 2 to submit, then unit 3, and every single module has these units, and these are the submissions. They are not mandatory, but they are heavily encouraged because you really need to know all of this information. I only handed in a portion of, like, I don't think I've ever gotten through handing in every single submission every single time, but now that these are over, I'm going to be going through all my submissions. I'm going to be doing them anyway, and then any questions I ask, I can email a tutor, and they're always there to help. And I can always study the exemplars. And you know, one of the biggest complaints about these submissions are that some students have said that the feedback has been mediocre, it's been okay, but most of the time they just refer you back to the exemplar. They'll give you a bit of feedback and be like, oh yeah, that was a good effort, or this and this and this, you could have done this, but refer to the exemplar because the exemplars are the model answers. Let me see if I can find any hold on. Let's see what I actually handed in. Shame, shame, oh shame. Let's see, did I do any? Okay, I did unit 4 for IP. So let's see. Let's see what they said. Go to materials. You go to the task submissions, unit 4. Here was mine. Okay, so here's the feedback. Thanks for your copyright task submission, task 5. Okay, let's see. I have not been through and corrected every misdelete or misdetail in your document. As you can see that from the example, I have, however, made a few comments or your document. You appear to be you recognize the need to include the future works. Please make sure that you compare the work to the exemplar. Okay, so I was really confused because I didn't know what I was doing here. So again, see, they kind of referred back to the exemplar. Let's see what else. Is it commercial that I handed in before? Okay, here we go. Let's go to commercial unit 6 and see the feedback for that. Materials, unit 6, in task submission, go to unit 6. Okay, so I only handed in a portion of it because I was cramming again. And this was my slide. This was my slideshow. Okay, so it says, hi Chris, okay, thank you for your submission of part 1 and for some of part 2. Please see my specific comments on the attached copy of your answer, and please also study the content of the exemplar. So again, they refer you back to the exemplar. This is what he wrote here. Okay, interesting. Okay. So as you can kind of see, that's how it goes. They give you feedback and then they always refer you back to the exemplar. But I mean, I can't expect too much from the feedback as I'm terrible with submissions. I know it's a really bad habit, but I think it is quite, I don't know what it is. I've had such trouble focusing during this COVID thing, and I tend to leave everything to last minute. But let me tell you though, once I actually get into the work, it's not that difficult. It's just a lot of work. It's a lot of volume, and a lot of things to learn and new tasks to complete. But the actual like difficulty of, coming from law school, we were used to the mind fuckery of the principles of law and applying it. But here you're doing a lot of practical and procedural work, but it is a lot to learn, lots of information to learn, and knowing how to apply it is key. So I'm going to be doing a shitload of reading. Reading helps loads because it gets into your head and you can't possibly understand what you're doing unless you have all the information in your head beforehand. Let's look at an exemplar so I can just kind of show you some exemplars. Okay, so this is an intellectual property exemplar. And basically how the question is supposed to be set out and laid out, and you get an understanding. So yeah, I hope you've learned something from this short elite walkthrough. It's not that difficult, honestly. Understanding how to navigate through the platforms is really not that. You just have to click, look at it. If you make a mistake, if you don't find it, just go back. But like I said, this new layout is very simple to understand, and it is quite, it doesn't look all, it's a lot better than the old one, that's for sure. But I guess what was annoying was, you're getting used to the old one and then they switch it up in the middle, and, you have to kind of relearn to, when your brain is used to seeing something a certain way, you just kind of have to adjust and adapt to the new way it looks. But anyway, any questions about Elite, please do let me know. Leave a comment below, and I hope you all have a wonderful night.